Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my live broadcast number 183, broadcasting from Auckland, New Zealand. My name is Keith Pure, and I'm addressing the Billion Coin community. Well, we've got a lovely day here, whether we're on the start of the weekend, Saturday morning. It'll also be Saturday morning in Australia and around the Pacific Islands. The others are still coming in behind by a couple of hours, and I hope they have the same sort of weather we're having right now. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a blog, and it's called Exceptions to the Policy Limits. So I'll just share the screen. Right, here we go. Now it comes under cookie rewards. And admin has put in this article, I will cover why some exceptions will be made to the policy of maximum amount of TBC coins that can be given to an individual through cookie rewards is 100 lifetime total TBC coins. Before I get into those exceptions, I need to make a few things very clear. TBC is not a currency with a mission. It is a mission with a currency. When you study the public notices, this becomes more clear. And before I carry on, last night in my broadcast, I covered the mission statement. Now, the public notice I'll probably move into again. I have done it some months ago, but I'll probably go back through that probably early on during next week. So also, you should know a legal structure has been put in place where all 1 billion TBC coins are in the master trust, and the sub-trust is created for every TBC wallet and the coins they hold beneath the master trust. You don't own TBC. Before you get a send button in your TBC wallet, you must pass the send button test, right? Let's look at question 2. Okay, where's question 2? One moment. Okay, I guess this is question 2. Okay, know our coin is part of a private community, and you have to conduct all transactions at the published current price only. Yes, you purchase the coin and it's your property to use as you wish at whatever price you want. So which is the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is no, which is the top one. Our coin is part of a private community, and you have to conduct all transactions at the published current price only. So we'll finish off this paragraph here. Because we are a private community, we are entitled to self-regulation with our centralized coin network, and discounters of our coin will have their send buttons turned off by admin. Other abusive behavior within our community could also result in the same thing. If a member's send button is turned off, they will be given a period of time to reform, and then they can get their send button turned back on. We have seen that decentralized coins tend to lose their value because of a small number of discounting them will drive the price down sharply. and ultimately create loss for all users of those coins. A coin such as ours, which is based on the principle of abundance, re- requires responsible admin to regulate its use centrally. The best way to view our coin is as community property, and each member is a steward over their portion. This is implied within the membership agreement. Now, we just covered those two questions. Now, pay close attention to these sentences. The best way to view our coin is as a community property, and each member is a steward over their portion. This is implied within the membership agreement. Once you understand how the subtrust protects you and the whole TBC community, you will get very excited. Let me give you an example of the principle here. The principle is to own nothing and control much. I'll read that again. The principle is to own nothing, and to control much. To a poor person, this may not make sense, but rich people already understand this principle. So, in this example, there are two dogs. A poor man owns a dog and licensed the dog under his own name, and the dog bites a wealthy man. The wealthy man sues the poor man in court and wins, and garnishes his wages, pay off the judgment, and the poor man becomes poorer. The second dog belongs to a trust a rich man set up for that dog, and the only thing in that trust is the dog. The dog bites a poor woman, and she thinks she will suddenly become rich by suing the rich man. But the case is dismissed because the rich man does not own the dog, and there is no money in the trust. The point of this example is to welcome the legal structure of TBC and don't obsess over not owning TBC. The problem with the current financial structure is corruption, and has completely taken over, allowing the hoarding of wealth away from the mass majority. It is pure evil that 1% own 99% of all the wealth in the world, leaving about 50% of the world population in abject poverty. What a waste of human potential. Strip away the means of a man, and that man is likely to lead a meaningless life. Hope you can see how evil it is. This is the reason TBC has been forging a new pathway. We are going our own way, centered on truths and not lies. Now, 100 TBC coins is worth a great deal today and will become massive once we reach our objective of 1 billion members. We have 3.3 million members at the moment of writing this article. So that means each TBC coin is worth 3.309-852 a grain. And when we use a third-party calculator, it shows that 8,496,000 $665.90. Times that by 100 TBC coins, and that equals to 849,666,590. Then we reach our objective of 1 billion members. Those same 100 TBC coins will be worth 100 billion. 100 billion grain, which is so big, this calculator can't process it. But it is roughly $250 billion. At some point, you can draw the conclusion of having too much abundance, especially when you understand the responsibilities that come with having a stewardship. Yes, the TBC billionaires will be the ones erecting future skyscrapers and establishing institutions of their own, and will be able to provide liquidity to the TBC millionaires. They align with in this grand mission to raise up humanity. But in order for an economy to work, there needs to be some friction between socio-economic classes, and not everyone can be a billionaire. Another thing to consider is that there are exactly 1 billion TBC coins. If it was too easy to get 100 TBC coins, then once 10 million members collected them, the admin wallet would run to zero prematurely. And that would be the end of cookie rewards, and without further incentive to offer, we most likely would not be able to get 1 billion members. Frankly, if you manage to hit this limitation, you shouldn't be concerned about getting even more TBC coins. You should be even more excited and work even harder to help the community to get to 1 billion members, knowing that the incentive is to mature your coins to $250 billion. That's a massive stewardship. The TBC community will expect much from you. TBC was never meant to be a mission of personal gain only. We do want to raise all members up. In the end, worst case scenario, you will become a TBC millionaire. A simple transaction of 40 grain worth of crinkles will result in a TBC millionaire status, and it doesn't get easier than that to become a millionaire. What I find interesting is the notion that today you could do such a transaction and then immediately go through the redemption process, and out of sheer ignorance, some people think they should be able to cash it all in. LOL. Where do these people think that money is coming from? We are in the distribution phase, people. Movement in the millions such as that would only be available once a mature, full-blown TBC Kringle economy has been established. Think of the distribution phase like a condominium skyscraper being built, and condos are being sold long before they are built. People literally are buying air at first. Maybe the foundation has been built and people are buying condos on the 10th floor already. The 10th floor won't exist for at least a year. People feel like they are getting a bargain with their purchase, and they are. Not wrong. So, I think I have cleared up a lot there before getting into the exceptions on the 100 TBC cookie rewards limit. All these exceptions relate to building up memberships in TBC. Let's look at how a member could even get to this 100 TBC limit in the first place. Broadcasters certainly have the advantage here. Broadcasters get 1 million cookies for every send button meeting they view. They would have to view 10,000 meetings to hit the limit of 100 TBC coins. That's not likely to ever happen. They also get 1 million cookies for every broadcast they do. And again, it would take 10,000 broadcasts to hit the limit. So meetings and broadcasts are not going to ever reach that limit alone. Broadcasters do get 100 million cookies for each exchange of 40 grain, and it would cost about $10,000 worth of crinkles to hit the limit. I can see that happening in a few cases, but in principle, we don't want to exceed the 100 TBC limit based solely on large purchases. That was the main reason I wrote the previous article, saying cookie rewards is not available for institutions. A basic millionaire member that doesn't broadcast gets 100,000 cookies for the same transaction. It will cost them $10 million worth of TBC to hit the limit so far. These are not the ways members will even hit the limit. Builders that sponsor 100 new members get 1 billion cookies for each set of 100. So a big builder that signs up 1,000 new members could hit this limit. Unfortunately, scammers have swarmed around TBC community, taking advantage wherever they can. In the last 2 redemption periods, all referrals counted towards cookie rewards, and email verification was all that was required. If you notice, most of the recruiting services around TBC dried up and went away once membership was based on paid status and not just email verified. Admin has seen a lot of obvious fraud coming from these recruiting services, and the change to paid status corrected that situation. So, if you have earned enough cookie rewards that exceeds the 100 TBC limit based on sign-ups, and send in a support ticket asking for an exception. They better be all real referrals. Well, now, if you sign up over 1,000 paid referrals and ask for an exception, I can accept that and issue the addition TBC coins as earned deserving the reward. But if you try to scam admin by claiming all of your email verified non-paid signups are real, then you will need to prove it. Get them to become paid, have them complete their profiles. A true builder doesn't sign up people and immediately abandon them. Being a sponsor comes with some responsibility to encourage their recruits to fully plug in to the TBC community. We are turning people into millionaires and billionaires. For goodness sake, why wouldn't they want fully plug in? I'm just going to say it. If you think you deserve to get more than 100 TBC coin for a half-assed job, assessed job, oops, on your part, you are crazy. On the other hand, if you have carefully read the blog, I have shown you many ways to be a big builder, and you can get thousands of new members in paid status and plug into the TBC community. And for those kind of builders, I don't have a limit for you. Send in a support ticket and make your case. If you have clean paid referrals and they have completed their profiles, then you fit the exception and admin will reward you beyond limitation. Many of you run large meetings and have set up a good system to sign up thousands of people. Or perhaps you have partnered with a number of merchants and they pass out your business cards. I could go along with that as long as you follow up with each that signed up. Some sales funnels could also produce thousands of paid referrals. So, like I said, all exceptions relate to building up memberships in TBC. We will look at each situation on a case by case basis. This article will be required reading if you present a case to the help desk and we will investigate. Honestly, honesty is the best policy. Okay. Right, I'll just stop sharing, then I'll go live. Come back live and no, I won't. I'll go into the back office and we'll go into that dashboard. I'll probably time myself out. Yeah, sure have. No worries. Fix that up. Now, now with this 8 grand membership fee or admin fee, in order for you, in order for it to flow smoothly for you, you need to have 2 active members behind that you have referred and paid. Now, what happens here? 4 grains of each referral goes up to admin, and the other 4 grain goes through to the sponsor as residual. But we must remember that in total you need 8 grains, so that's why the second one is brought in. And the same there applies. So 4 grains of that one also goes up to admin, and the other 4 grain remaining goes into you as the sponsor, which is a total of 8 grains. So there is your monthly fee. But having said that much, you need to recruit reliable people, and they need to do exactly the same thing as you are doing. Because remember, this 8 grain is a monthly fee, ongoing. And there were secrets in going back some months, about upgrading technology and all of that. So they've got to pay for it somehow. They've got to pay for that somehow. And there's also, admin has the right to change whatever whenever they need, when it is required. Okay. So this is where I'll refer, get 2 paid referrals. That thing. You need the reliable ones coming in behind you. Okay, I'll just stop sharing this time and we'll come back live. 183. Yeah, so with that cookie exception for the 100 TBC, you really need to go in and have a good look at it, read it over and over again, because if you have already more than 100 TBCs, and I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands out there that are, you go and read, you go in to read what I've just read out in that blog, limitation exceptions to the limitations of TBCs, and it will tell you fully and what you need to do, to get them verified and so on and so on. So and also you need to keep up with this mission statement, spread that around. Then everybody knows where they go. The reason why we're doing this, it's to end poverty globally. And the African countries are doing real great right now. All the big countries, India, all of North Africa, South Africa, and so on and so on. China, they're big countries. Over 1 billion people in those. Just imagine if we had that 1 billion members now. Yeah, so next week, starting maybe Monday, not tomorrow night, which is Sunday our time, I'll probably go through their public notice over a 2 broadcast period. So it needs to come out into the open, because right now all people are reading. They're reading dollar signs. You got dollar signs on the eyeballs. That's what they got, dollar signs. But there is a purpose in this community. And sorry about that sun glare. And if we all put our head down and up and get moving, quicker this will grow. Anyway, I think I've said enough. I'd like to thank those watching.
It's 2 watching and 1 admin.
Okay, those 2 watching, thank you very much for watching my live broadcast, and also my moderator, my wife Bex. And when your weekend comes around, depend where you are from, you hope you have a great weekend, and have a good look at those exceptions to TBC limits, because if we have 100 TBC now, you qualify. So if you go and study that blog itself, then you know where you stand, and you know what you can do after that. Anyway, here we go, that sun again. Thank you again for watching this live broadcast, and you all have a great weekend. We've got a beautiful day here in Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm going to go out and enjoy the rest of the day. So, go with peace.